Hello and welcome to this week's Saturday Sprint. I will be your host, Colin, and you may say, but Colin, today's Tuesday. Well, first of all, I do what I want. And second, I'm going to be posting this as an example for videos to come on this channel, including another Saturday Sprint this upcoming Saturday, crazy enough. Now, according to Agile methodology, which is what I'm going to be using to emulate a development environment, the sprint-like meeting is mostly just going to be me going over multiple issues that my product currently has and eventually how I solve them. So I'm going to be including a short list of 4 issues that my product currently has due to my allotted time frame and the fact that I'm trying to post a video later. But the first of the issues is my elk demon has wall hacks. Let me explain. The product we're working on is a 3D multiplayer game that I'm developing with my team. The game idea starts like this. You find yourself in a forest. There's a large monster in the center of the forest, an elk demon, and it guards chests. And in only one of those chests is the key to get out of the forest. This may sound super simple, but there are other wizards in there with you who also want the same key because they want to live. And they're probably going to do anything they can to interfere with you in order to get that key, mostly using different spells that they have at their disposal. So what we have so far is this. We have a dark forest with an elk demon in the center, but what you may notice is that he starts beaming towards you at Mach 5 the instant you enter the match, because he technically has wall hacks. So before coding, we do know this. We know that it's probably not using its collider effectively. The way I programmed it is to have 2 features to detect the player. One is a collision box in front of the elk, which is supposed to be its main use, and then a ray cast in between the eyes of the elk and the player to determine if there's a tree in between you and the elk demon so it can't just see past the tree. The sightline works, the collider most likely does not. So what does that mean? Well, if it doesn't detect if you're close enough, and it only detects if it can see you, well, it can see you from anywhere on the map as long as there's not a really thin tree in the way. So it has wall hacks, which is a problem, and it's the first one we're going to be trying to solve. But also, when it gets to you, nothing happens. So problem number 2 is going to be it can't attack the player. The elk demon needs to be a threat to players nearby in order to be a game mechanic. So what happens, or at least what should happen, is that when it's in a certain vicinity of the player, it should immediately start a kill animation. This should be super doable, as we can just put a kill box in front of the elk where if the player enters that kill box, it's locked in a kill animation and will die. Now you may be saying to yourself, well, Colin, that's nice and all, but that's not very gruesome. Introducing problem number 3. The elk can't eat anyone. Now, despite what I just said, this isn't actually a gore problem. This is actually a player incentive problem. Right now, there's not a lot of incentive for players to get close to another player to mess with them, because if the elk demon kills that player and that the other player was successful in getting that player killed by the elk demon is just going to go start chasing them now. So there's not a ton of reward for how high of a risk there is. But if the elk demon, after it kills someone, just starts eating the body for a while, then there's going to be a lot of incentive for players to get other players killed, because that means it's going to allot them a lot more time to do other things other than run from the elk demon. Now, this should be achievable with a simple state machine. It's going to have a lot of protocols, and if it's not chasing someone, it's probably killing someone, and after it kills someone, it's going to be locked into the eating state, where it's going to turn off its movement and detection protocols, and it'll just be focused on eating the player, which will give lots of other players time. Now you may see from this clip, it's pretty dark. You can't really see much. You can't even see the elk demon really. You can only see outlines, which brings us to our fourth and final problem. I can't see anything. This should also have a quick fix, as we can just engineer a torch prefab and disperse it amongst the map so you can see stuff. You should be somewhere. Where are you? Oh, hi. Are you seeing me run?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Just the eyes are like.
I know.
Like we almost look more evil than
Than the actual elk demon.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and walk in front of him. See what happens. Wait, oh my god. It pans to you. It becomes the only active camera, so I can move around. No. No. Wait, does it still detect me? I can't see where I am at all. Oh my god. I'll call it a success. Alright, thanks for watching today's Saturday Sprint on a Tuesday. Make sure to stay tuned for the Saturday Sprint on actually Saturday, and some other assorted devlog and programming content.